Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something absolutely essential for any college student, the internship. We're going to break down how you can take that empty resume and turn it into a genuine career kickstart, all before you even toss that graduation cap in the air. Let's dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You're online, you're about to check out, and you see this message. It's a little disappointing. Well, for a ton of college freshmen, this is exactly what their resume feels like. It's this source of anxiety, this blank space staring back at you. But don't you worry, there is a fantastic way to start filling that thing up. All right, so you're in college, you're pumped, but let's be real, you're probably already feeling the pressure about what comes after. You're there to get a degree, sure, but the real prize is that dream job. The thing is, there's often a pretty big gap between the two. Think about it like this. In the classroom, you're learning concepts, you're writing papers, you're acing exams. It's all about theory. But out in the professional world, they need you to apply that knowledge, to work with a team, to actually solve the company's problems. That's the gap every single student has to figure out how to cross. And listen, this isn't just us guessing. This is what employers are saying loud and clear. They're looking for way more than just good grades. They want people who have practical, hands-on experience in the field. So the million-dollar question is, how on earth do you get that experience?
Well, here's your answer, the internship. Honestly, you should think of it as the ultimate test drive for your career. It is, without a doubt, the single best way to bridge that gap between what you learn in lecture halls and what you need to do in the real world.
So let's get crystal clear on what an internship really is. We're not talking about just getting coffee for the office. A real internship is a structured chance for you to apply what you've learned, to get a real insider's view of an industry, and maybe most importantly, to start building that professional network from scratch. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's the most immediate, tangible benefit of an internship? Simple. It helps you build your professional toolkit. And the very first thing it does is take your resume from, well, blank to totally brilliant.
And we're back to that empty cart feeling, aren't we? This is a pretty typical freshman resume. It says you're in school, maybe what year you'll graduate, and that's about it. It's a starting point for sure, but it doesn't really tell an employer what you can actually do.
And then, bam, look at that transformation. With just one internship, you add the single most powerful section to your resume, experience. This instantly signals to an employer that you're proactive, you have some real skills, and you're serious about your future. It is a total and complete game changer.
And you're not just filling space here. You're adding legit, marketable skills. You're learning the software that people in your field actually use. You're practicing communication by working in a real team, solving actual business problems. Trust me, these are the exact things employers are looking for when they scan your resume.
But look, an internship is so much more than just another line on your resume. The experience itself is incredibly valuable for you as a person. It's about the human side of building a career, exploring, networking, and just growing. Remember that career test drive we mentioned? This is what we mean. An internship lets you take a slice of a career path and see if you actually like it. Maybe you think you want to work in tech, but after a summer internship, you realize it's just not for you. You know what? That is an incredibly valuable thing to learn before you're locked into a full-time job. Okay, this one is huge. When you start college, your professional network is basically your parents' friends, right? An internship changes that overnight. You'll be working side by side with professionals, finding mentors, and making connections that can, and often do, lead directly to future job opportunities. And let's not forget about you, the personal impact of this. When you take on real challenges in a professional setting and you actually succeed, that gives you this amazing sense of accomplishment. It builds a real, quiet confidence in your own abilities that is just priceless. And here it is, the holy grail for a lot of people. An internship can literally be an audition for a full-time job. Companies invest a lot in their interns, and if you do great work, it can lead directly to a job offer after graduation. That is a massive head start in a competitive job market.
Okay,
So you're sold. You get it. Internships are a huge deal. But how do you actually land one? Let's switch gears from the why to the how and break down an action plan you can start using, like right now. Now, probably the most important piece of advice we can give you is this. Start early. Seriously, your journey should begin your freshman year, just exploring what's even out there. Why so early? Because application deadlines for big internships are often months and months in advance. You don't want to miss out just because you started looking too late. And getting started is way easier than you probably think. Your own campus has resources just waiting for you to use them. Your academic advisor and the Career Services Office, they should be your first two stops. They are paid experts whose job it is to help you find these opportunities and guide you through the whole process. Now, one last really crucial point. Not all internships are created equal. You have to be strategic and think about what's right for you. So ask yourself the important questions. Is it paid? What will my actual responsibilities be? And maybe the most important one of all, what do I want to learn and get out of this experience? So there you have it. The internship is your key. It's how you bridge that gap from the classroom to your career. It fills up your resume, it builds your skills, it grows your network, and it boosts your confidence. Your career test drive is all fueled up and ready to go. The only question left is, what are you going to explore first?